Friends, the Doing Business Report is one of the flagship publications of the World Bank Group. Doing Business Report, with its ease of doing business ranking, ranks countries based on an index which is based on certain indicators. The higher you climb in the index, it is believed that it is better in giving an ease of for doing business. The report gives signal to financial investors who rely on their rankings among other things to decide where to invest. The problem with the report, however, is that it assumes what is good for developed countries will be good for all nations. It promotes a one-size-fits-all solution to different developmental issues across the world. And it's oriented towards capturing the regulations without looking into its benefits. And hence, labor reforms have been one of the major areas of contention from the very beginning. The ideological underpinnings of the report was exposed, among others, by the independent evaluation group which works within the World Bank, who pointed out that 7 out of the 10 indicators presume that reducing regulations are desirable irrespective of their potential benefits. The impact of this report could be understood by the number of reforms they could push globally across various continents. It is estimated that more than 3,000 reforms globally could be attributed to the ease of doing business. What, however, is missing is its impact, which is more than the indicators which the report aims to reform. Over a period of time, the report has become a tool to force reforms on emerging economies without any opposition, which was not the case earlier when IFIs tried to influence policy through structural adjustment loans. In the case of India, it is estimated that there is a deregulation drive which is happening in all sectors. The present Prime Minister, in his speech at World Economic Forum, cites 10,000 such reforms which were made in the country over the last 5 years. These include changes in labor law, bringing down more than 40 laws into 4 labor codes, providing easy to hire and fire policies, restriction on collective bargaining rights, reducing labor law compliance oversight by promoting self-regulation, etc. This is also the case with environmental laws, where there are a lot of dilutions which made it easy for investors to invest in forest lands, coastal lands, by diluting the environmental impact assessment and the social impact assessment processes. EODB thus promotes an idea where all regulations are subsumed for business, whether it is on land, labor or development. The present government came to power in 2014 by deciding to break into the first 50 rankings of the EODB, and an aggressive reform package aided by the World Bank India office was put in place. This has led to a competition among the states to lower regulations to attract business investments to their respective states. However, the jump in the business ranking by 75 positions from 2014, when the present government first came into power, till now celebrated by the government, is more to do with the changes in methodology and introduction of new indicators as per the research done by the Center for Global Development. The changes made in the name of reforms, however, brought trade unions to the streets against the new labor laws, the environmentalists against dilutions of EIA, and fishers against CRS dilution, etc. Globally, the report was discredited when the then chief economist of the World Bank, Mr. Paul Romer, noted discrepancies in the ranking of Chile whenever the socialist government comes to power, and alleged political bias by staff. He, however, had to resign the next day. The report faced the biggest crisis when data manipulation was found in 2018 and 20 reports, leading to the suspension of the report this year. The rot inside the financial institution was exposed again. It is time that the financial institutions stop airdrop solutions with their might over resources and control over private market. World Bank is promoting false solutions through ease of doing business, and it is time for the World Bank to withdraw this report and for the world to look for a world without World Bank.